get old, but really raise that hand. Now I will ask you to give me that number.
$9.14.
Thank you. 13.5, huh? That's surprising. Okay. Maybe that's possible. You didn't count the trash. Huh. That's kind of you on top of a hill?
Yeah, kind of. Who lives on Mason? $8.35.
Yeah.
$8.70.
Yeah.
$6.04.
Yeah.
$8.14.
Yeah.
$15.73.
You live on top of a hill?
Yeah.
The Mesa?
No.
Tall hill?
Yeah.
Very top?
Yeah.
That's still surprisingly high. You sure you didn't include any trash or sewage?
Well, it didn't say anything about traffic.
$10.
Okay. 7.5.
$9.
$9.
$8.98.
$8.98.
$9.
$9.
$8.30.
$6.50. Impossible.
Yes.
Wow. Huh? Oh, 8.36. 7 either.
All right. Let's make it an average. You'll notice water prices have gone up since I printed this worksheet. Because on the worksheet, the water use inventory,
Says 2 to 4.
you just did all the math, by the way. We figured out your price per gallon, your price per 1,000 gallons. And I said the average is about $2 to $4 per thousand. Today it seems to be about $8 per thousand. Primarily the reason the price has gone up is because energy has gone up. Also because there's a little less state money. So we as a city will pay a little bit more for water these days. $8 per 1,000 gallons. Meaning that you're paying less than a penny per gallon. Who has bottled water in the room? Anybody else? Just one? You do? Can I see your bottle? Thank you. Can I see your bottle? Thank you. So, if you look at these volumes, what does this cost? Anybody know what these cost? Any ballpark?
$1.
$1 maybe? Like you had to buy one of these at a gas station, 99 cents? So there's 8 of these per gallon. So that's $8 a gallon. That's $8,000 per 1,000 gallons. So it's exactly 1,000 times more expensive than drinking your tap water. We did the math for Fiji water. You're paying 1.5 thousand times more than bottled. No, 6,000 times more than tap water. There we go. Fiji, you spend 6,000 times more. Think about how much profit there is in that. Now remember, your tap water does not have profit. There's nobody making money. And your tap water is the only one with a guarantee of quality. Most of that $8 per thousand that you're spending on your tap water, that's on the scientists who do the testing and the nerds who maintain the plumbing. Now these guys, they don't want to give you bad water either because obviously, the free market, their brand would go down. There is a control on quality. They don't want to be embarrassed by selling something bad. Can you imagine if drinking Arrowhead water made you sick? That'd be horrible for them. So there's sort of a control on bottled water. And technically, there is supposed to be quality assurance at the federal level But I think it's either 1 or 2 full-time positions for all the bottled water in the country. You can imagine they don't quite get to test everything. This weighs roughly a pound. So the shipping cost on bottled water is tremendous. You'll notice this is more expensive than an equal volume of gasoline. You can buy gasoline for less than you can buy water. Which I always find really striking. To me, that seems kind of shocking. For one thing, because there's water under the ground, and for another thing, you've got it coming out of your tap, delivered to your home, guaranteed quality already. And still, we'd rather spend money on this stuff. I love bottled water. Don't get me wrong. Fiji water is so good. You know why it tastes good? Because they add salt to it.
Same with Dasani.
Yeah. Whenever you see purified water on the label, when you see purified water on the label, this is bottled in Nevada. Yeah.
If it froze it and shipped it, would shipping prices go down?
It would still weigh the same.
Really? That frozen water was still water.
It has a lower density, but it's the same amount of molecules with the same weight.
Do we use chlorine or fluoride in our tap water? Fluoride.
Your tap water has both. Your tap water has chlorine to make sure that it's healthy, and it has fluoride because separately, a long, long time ago, this one chemical industry convinced the government to start putting those chemicals in your water because it's supposed to help your teeth. And it does help your teeth. It's also kind of toxic to drink. But it's kind of toxic in the sense that you can't get it through your body fast enough for it to make you sick. You know how there's toxic and there's concentration that makes the difference? There's not enough fluoride in your water to make you sick. So it doesn't really matter. Think of all the people that make so much money giving you water in a bottle. Almost all that money that you paid for is the energy it took to move that water. So most of that money goes to the petroleum industry. A little bit goes for the plastic. You guys know the most expensive part of bottled water? The cap. Yeah, the most expensive thing is making the cap. The actual cost of the item, like the production cost of the item, the most expensive part is the cap. It's a different kind of plastic. It's molded, not extruded. I did the math. They were selling this size for $4.50 at a Laker game, which comes out to $36 per gallon, which comes out to $36,000 per gallon. And if I had just brought my tap water, it would have cost me $8. So for every 1,000 gallons that they sell, the overall spread is $35,992.
And they make probably 20 times that every game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money going to the people who run the operation. I'm sure that Staples Center taxes the hell out of those people, so they get a ton of the money. The plastic guy probably gets some chump change out of that. The poor high school dropout selling the stuff in the stands probably gets minimum wage or something. Yeah?
So why do people sometimes say that tap water is better for you, even though the water we buy in bottles usually tastes better?
Oh, because there's a very big difference between what your body likes and what's good for you. If we just measured it by what your body likes, we would all be on crack cocaine, because that's really nice on the body. It's not good in the long term, but if you hadn't noticed, it gives you a very nice feeling. You know, like chocolate. Like, chocolate tastes good. That doesn't mean it's good for you. Coincidentally, chocolate might be good for you. I don't know.
Isn't dark chocolate supposed to be good for you?
So they say.
Like white.
Gabe, open my fridge. Check out my system, everybody. Gabe, whip out some bottles, bro.
Alright.
Put them on Cutler's drawer. Cutler's table.
Handles.
Yes? Yes? Put them on the table somewhere so you can bring out more. Look at my water system, children. Look at my water system. This is very fancy.
Is that water?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sake.
Oh.
That was really good sake.
I think it's sad to know that people
You drink a lot of sake.
I do drink a lot of sake. I cook Japanese food a lot. I found that one in the garbage.
Are we still going?
Yeah, I found that one in the garbage. I bought that one at Trader Joe's. I found that one in the garbage. I got that one for free at lunch at a Mad Lunch. Garbage, my friend in Nevada.
Videos.
Garbage. I bought that one. The white one I bought. I bought that one.
Why?
You can stop, I guess. You're doing a great job, though. Thank you, Gabe. No. You can leave them out if you want. Leave them out.
Water?
Thank you. Maybe close the fridge. Quit looking at my M&Ms.
Is there more?
We have them.
I can explain for you my water system if you would like.
Does it involve M&Ms?
My water system is, I don't buy bottles because there's bottles in the garbage everywhere I go. Every now and then, I find myself in a place where I have no water and I gotta go someplace where I know I'm gonna need water, so I'll pay for it. Those 2 Trader Joe bottles, the round ones, the big ones, will you hold that up? Yeah, like that. I bought those 2. I bought them this year. And then that white bottle right there, will you hold that one up? That was coconut juice. I got some coconut water a while ago. Everything else was garbage. All those alcohol bottles were previously full of alcohol and then heat. And then heat. Actually, I don't know. The Bombay wasn't me. And what's that skinny one with the blue lid? That one. Yeah, that wasn't me either. I don't drink vodka.
You can drink
I don't even know how I got that one. That's weird. Oh yeah, that was good times. Anybody know why I use glass bottles?
because it doesn't leach.
You just get tap water and put it in.
Tastes better.
Yes. I use glass bottles because they have a lot of thermal mass. There's a little vocab term
Gets
for you.
colder.
You see, it's not necessarily insulation, but once you get glass cold, it stays cold for a while. That's why when you go to a bar, they'll give you your soda in a chilled glass. So I put them in the fridge like that, and they stay cold. Blake, I don't actually, here at the high school, I don't use tap water. At my house, I use tap water. Here, I use those filtered things. Anybody know Duncan King? Next time you see him, you got to give him a high five and say, tell your mom I said thank you. He'll love it. And it's because his mom helped us install on our campus these spectacular water filters. You have one at the Matt Academy. Aren't those great? They come out cold. They have a little filter in them so that they remove the chlorine. But your tap water, you know, the secret is the chlorine evaporates anyway. So you can take any old water, any old bottle, fill it with tap water, and leave the lid off for about 1 hour. And all the chlorine will turn to gas and leave. After an hour, that is good, clean water unless something got into it. So, you know, keep the birds from pooping in your water. Don't rub any bacon on the inside. After an hour of having the lid off, watch me. You bottle it, and you put it in the fridge to make it cold, because your taste buds get all different when it's chilly.
What would bacon do?
If you got problems with the flavor, you could try using a little activated carbon thing. You could try dropping in a couple grains of salt and sugar. That's what you see, that electrolyte and can stuff? They just put a little table salt into it. And then, ta-da! You got cool, clear water for way less than the bottled people make. Plus, you keep your money so that you can buy whatever sleazy stuff high school kids buy. Plus, you're not shipping water around the country and wasting gasoline and causing climate change. Plus, when these bottles go bad, I can just throw them out. Check out my philosophy. If I just have to go to a meeting, I take one of these and it fits conveniently in my butt pocket. So there we go, I show up to my meeting and be like, hey, what's up guys? If I need my water, I say, no, thanks bro, I got one. And then I can sip on it. If I forget it and I lose it somewhere, it was already trashed when I found it. But usually I'll be able to bring it back and fill it up and use it again until they get leaky and then I recycle it. This is just tap water from the Sierras apparently. Enhanced with minerals for fresh taste, that means we add salt. Yeah, oh, and they add baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate? If I'm going to be sitting in the classroom yelling all day like I do for a living, or if I'm going to be at home where I'm not worried about dropping it, I'll use glass because it stays cold. If I'm going on like a really long hike or a really long drive, I take these because they can roll around. If I drop it on the ground, it's not going to shatter or it's not going to break my feet. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is the most bold claim ever. Box water is not better. Look, I even wrote it on there. Because I thought some people might be reading the label, so I relabeled it. The reason box water is probably no better is because this is actually made of fused items that can't be recycled. It's made out of paper, mylar, and plastic with wax. My hunch is this has a much higher carbon footprint than these. And then they lied to you. They said, we ship our boxes flat, which is significantly more efficient compared to shipping empty plastic or glass to be filled. But that's a lie, because nobody ships the plastic to be filled. They are extruded at the bottling plant. You see, they lied. Good marketing, though. We really care about trees. That's why we make this out of trees. Yeah. Check out this one. Check out this one. 76% of our box is made of renewable resources, making it one of the most sustainable beverage packages available. What about the other 24%? Mylar? That has a huge extraction cost. I like being skeptical. You guys think that I'm just a naysayer and all I do is poop in your bottled water. But I think it makes a really big difference to like pay attention to the details. Because when you think about the global implications, they sell a lot of this. And a lot of people go shopping and they go, yes, you tell me I buy. Thank you. Bottled water is better. Bottled water is better. Bottled water is better. Or box water. This was so good. Anybody here drink sake? Man, this was so good.
I feel like they just boil socks and add spicy. Yeah, sake tastes like socks to me.
So let's do a couple other things. How many of you are below $40 of water? You have few people in your home and no lawn?
Yeah, apartment.
No long.
Few people, no lawn?
No.
Few people, no lawn?
No, we were gone for
Ah, we just weren't home. Yes?
I think so.
Okay, you think so, but you don't know.
You think you don't know.
Now, students, please me.
Is it total usage or monthly meter charge?
Now me. Now, how many people are between $40 and $60? My hunch is either 4 people in the house or less than 4 people with a little tiny bit of lawn. Correct? Neither of those is true? What about you?
No.
You? Yes? Yes. What's up with yours?
Well, I don't know because like my uncle uses a lot of water,
Doesn't seem like it.
and we've got like a pretty big backyard.
Maybe somebody else is watering it for you. Don't tell anybody. Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have like a tiny like patch of lawn like on the sidewalk by my house. But,
Okay.
But like this big.
Okay. Yes.
If you don't have a dishwasher, does that make a big difference?
Usually you spend a little more water if you don't have a dishwasher.
Are we looking at the water service or like the previous balance?
The amount of money spent on water. For God's sake, for some of you it includes the metering and service. How many times do I have to say this?
Wait, so is sewer?
Okay. How many of you are somewhere between $60 and $100? Now we're getting into either high occupancy, like more than 5 people, or definitely have some amount of lawn. Correct? Who was between 60 and 100? High occupancy or a little lawn?
5. And a lawn, backyard, and brush.
Cool. Your case?
Yeah, in the backyard.
Yes, same. Now, who's between $100 and $200? Good enough lawn to play frisbee?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Good enough lawn to play frisbee? Good enough lawn to play frisbee? Good enough lawn to play frisbee.
What about irrigated sprinklers?
And now, who's got a bill over $200? Good enough lawn to play soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Play a little soccer game. Plus, can you play soccer? Who's got over $200? Over 200 for the water bill?
You want me to raise it higher?
You have a lawn to play soccer on?
We play volleyball on it.
That's a lot smaller than a soccer
Smaller than a
field.
soccer, yeah.
That house? That's not a big lawn.
I mean, it's like,
Pretty big.
it's a lawn. We're gonna like kill it though for the job.
It is pretty wet.
We're getting rid of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Mom made the decision.
And do you have any idea what's going on with your house? Not a big lawn? Speak. No, but speak. Oh. So what is it? No, the pools don't use a lot. Unless you fill it all the time.
Leak too, the sprinkler. We just had like a bunch of bad things happen.
Alright, bad things happen. Now, here comes the breakdown of your water usage. Most people, like for the cost of having one person in a house in our part of the world, each person costs around $12 to $15 if they're average. If they take like crazy amounts of water, maybe up to 20 per person. And if they're super militant or exceptionally low water usage, maybe $10. The lowest water use per person is probably about $10 a month. The most water use per person is about $20 a month. If your average is probably about 15. The rest is usually landscaping. If you think about it, most big lawns are the water equivalent of families of water usage. And a really big lawn, like anybody over $300-400, like a really big lawn, like that could be, 20 people's worth of water. Some things that you might want to do. If you can't figure out why your water use is so high, tell your parents that you can save them money. And you personally will make some money. Here's the pitch. You Google city of wherever you live, Montecito, Goleta, Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, whatever. City of wherever you live. Free leak test. You might want to try household water efficiency. And you Google that for your city. And somebody will come over to your house and they give you a little report of how much money they saved you. Because they'll find if your toilet leaks, if your plumbing leaks, if your lawn was set incorrectly, like I think your lawn. And if you're spending a ton of money on water that you don't have to, they'll be like, look, we saved you $200 a month. Tell your parents, I want half of that for gas money, you can keep the other half. So your parents will save some money and you'll make some money and we'll all save water.
Do they fix the leak, or do they just tell you?
No, but they'll tell you if you have one. Most of them are really easy, like toilet leaks, like any half-ass handyman can fix those.
And that's free, just have to do it.
They're free, yeah. Every major city in California will do those for free. Yeah,
They don't fix your leak, they just have to tell you if you have one.
that's right. That's right. If you have weird underground leaks, they may not be able to find those. All right. Anybody want to talk about household water usage and lawns and leaks and stuff? Anybody have questions about how much stuff is used by what things? Now look on the back of your water use inventory, please. Look on the back. These are all the different things that people do to use water in a house. You're going to try to figure out how much money it takes for your share of your house. So, some of those things you do by yourself, like the ones at the top. I don't know about your house and I don't know about your family and I don't want to make any assumptions, but you probably shower by yourself, or take a bath by yourself, or shave by yourself, or flush the toilet by yourself. So the ones you do solo, listen carefully, the things you do by yourself, you just work from left to right. How many times you do it per week, how much that adds up to, and so on. If you want to know how much water is used for those activities, look on the front of the water use inventory, please. Look on the front. On the front of the water use inventory, it'll tell you how much you use per minute of showering, filling the bathtub, how much you use every time you flush the toilet, per minute of brushing teeth or washing hands and face or shaving. Mm-hmm.
For showering, is the 10 like about how many minutes is the 10 minutes? 10 minutes?
Where it says a range, like 4 to 10, it depends on how efficient your shower head is. So if you have one of those like they have at the gym, that comes out at like laser speed and it's very fine mist, and it makes your back bleed, that's probably 4 per minute. And if you have one of those like big, like flat, round ones that has like tons of water, that's probably 10 gallons per minute, or somewhere in the middle. If you want to find out, you can use a 5-gallon bucket and set a timer. Then you get it exactly. You can see how much is used for all the stuff you do by yourself. Now go back to the back side. And there are some things that you do solo, but some things you do as a family. Like watering the lawn, even if you don't like the lawn, you are a share of your household's lawn. So you got to find out, how many times do they water the lawn at my house? How long does the sprinkler run? How many sprinklers are there? And then you divide by the number of people in your household. So if your house uses 1,000 gallons to water the lawn per week, and there are 2 of you, then your share of the household lawn is 500 gallons. Does that make sense to everybody? It's your share of the family activities plus the total of your personal activities. Yes?
On the first slot, it says number of uses per day. Like, say, you only wash the car like 2 times in a week. How would you write that down?
You can say 1 divided by 7, or you can look over to the right and see where it says estimated gallons used per week. Okay? What else? I want to help. This assignment is due on Tuesday of next week. Can I do anything to be helpful with it?
If you don't do one of the things, you just leave that road blank.
Yeah, like if you don't have a pool, you just leave that blank. Or if you never wash your driveway, you just leave it blank. Yeah.
If I live in 2 houses, should I just do my usage for one of the houses, or
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah?
For a pool, if you don't fill it every month, so.
No. So you can either figure out how often they fill it, or even better, you can see if anybody can tell you what the evaporative loss is. Pools that don't have a cover evaporate about 10% of their volume per month as a yearly average. Yeah.
So at the bottom, when it asks us what we just take 1/4 of our actual bill.
That's right. If you have a family of 4, I mean, yeah. Yeah. What else? So it sounds like we're all done. We only have a few minutes. I don't want to get started on the lecturing. What else can we talk about?
How was your weekend?
My weekend was rad.
You climb any rocks?
I did not climb any rocks. Our Valentine's was pretty sweet. Last night I wrapped up